Okay, there's a few things I need to get out of the way. Number one, this isn't what I was going to present myself in, but I was trying to cover up something on my chest, so I wanted to wear a button up, and now that I'm looking in the viewfinder, I look very Fran Drescher right now, but that's okay. What I'm trying to cover up on my chest is like all of this markings I have right now. I've been using tretinoin on my skin for about 2 months now to help me with some issues I've been having, and the stuff is apparently battery acid because I took it down my chest the other day, and when I woke up I had like burns on my chest. So that's what's going on. I don't know. I kind of feel like I either look like I want to sell you a car, maybe I want to change your life with my family business, if you know what I mean. So the title of this video is a little bit hyperbolic. Obviously, these are not things that beauty gurus are like hiding out in some warehouse somewhere in the valley, like plotting and scheming with red string and thumbtack boards, intentionally not telling us. They're things I feel like if more people knew, maybe it would help you out with your makeup buying situation. And in case you're like, Whitney, why have you been talking so much about this lately? I want you guys to know that my no-buy that I went on for this year has really influenced so many things in my life and has opened my eyes to so many things about money, how I want to spend it, how much I want to make, and what I want to do with it. Like, I'm in full-blown obsessive financial planning mode. I'm really into it now. I know it's not the sexiest topic in the world, but I'm realizing how much money has been dumped into my makeup collection and all the other things I can do with it. So now everything in the world is like perfumed with how I can make better financial choices to set myself up for my future, because like, sure, like Christian Louboutin lipstick is really cool, but what's even cooler is being financially independent by the time I'm 45 and being able to take family vacations and having a crap ton of money sitting in the bank and multiple properties. Like, that's what I want. I'm just changing directions a little bit, so I'm just trying to pass on some wisdom. What you do with this information is up to you. Everything I say in every video moving forward, I want you guys to take what you need and leave what you don't, and really pay attention to the message that I'm sending you guys. Don't focus so much on the particular and the nuance of like examples I give you. Focus on like the bigger picture. My last video where I was talking about things that I regret purchasing, a lot of people were in the comments and they were like, well, I love that palette. I'm not really commenting on the palette so much as I'm commenting on, I knew I wasn't gonna use these things and I bought them anyway, and that's stupid. I have so many videos coming around making smart decisions with your money around your beauty routine, so stay tuned. Also, real quick, I know this intro is long, but the next 2 videos I'm filming are makeup related, like tutorials. I am doing a bridal tutorial, but do not feel like if you're not getting married, you can't learn anything from that video. It's really like special occasion makeup, and life is a special occasion, so make sure you stay tuned for that. And there will be a skin prep video also, like a full-blown how to really get your skin in a bossy place before you do any kind of special event in your life. But in conjunction with those 2 videos, there will be a giveaway coming, and it's a pretty good giveaway if I do say so myself. So make sure you hit the notification bell so you don't miss those videos, and come hang out with me on Instagram, because that is where the giveaway will be happening. I can't do them on YouTube. I've tried to do it. I've had people scam me out of the prize, and I've been in situations where I cannot contact the winner. This thing is so gnarly. Oh my gosh. It looks like I've engaged in sexual combat of some kind, but that's not the case. So much less fun than that. My husband's out of the country for 6 months, so no such luck. Okay, Mr. Sheffield. So the first thing the beauty community is not telling you guys is that color theory will save you a lot of money. And there is a tiny part of me that already regrets putting this in the video, because a long ass time ago I promised you guys that I would make a color theory video. I have been reminded about it a bazillion times and I haven't made it yet, truth be told, because I have not figured out the best way to explain it in a way that you could use it beneficially. I am working on that. I am putting my head down. I will get this done. Hear you me, elect Whitney for your local, I don't know, that's what it sounds like, right? A campaign speech. I just want to briefly touch on color theory and what it is and like what it can do for you if you don't want to wait around for me and you want to Google this stuff yourselves. In its essence, color theory will help you rule out products that will not flatter you and which ones complement them, which ones can be used to cancel out other things, which is particularly helpful in complexion makeup. As a result, it will probably stop you from buying a bunch of stuff that you do not need, will not use, or might not like. I get a lot of messages from you guys telling me things like, I just cannot highlight underneath underneath my eyes. I cannot contour. I can't do this. I can't do that. And technique is very important. And part of technique when it comes to makeup is color, understanding color. I guarantee you having a better understanding of your skin's undertones and things like that will result in you being able to rule out products that are not going to flatter it. You guys remember a few years ago, I want to say it was like 2016 or so, when a lot of companies were releasing color correcting palettes and things like that. I just remember watching that happening and seeing people use these palettes, which they don't do anymore. Like, you don't really see a lot of these big color correcting makeup launches anymore. The thing is, a color correcting palette is useless because not everyone needs to color correct every single thing on your face. It's not necessary. Something that might color correct darkness on my skin tone will not color correct darkness on someone else's, especially with their skin tone being a different color and the darkness that they have being a different undertone as a result. Have you ever noticed that some people's under eye circles can look more purple? They can look a little bit more blue. Sometimes they're more brown. It just depends, and there's no one size fits all in the form of a Stila color correcting palette that I remember coming out a few years ago. If you understand what you're trying to correct, you can buy things, single items that will actually help you do so. Enhance things you want to enhance, hide things you want to hide. In a lot of ways, I feel like your base makeup should be just that. It should be your base. It should be the foundation for which you can build a bunch of other things on top of it to, you know, zhuzh up your look for whatever occasion you have going on. I don't think you need 15 concealers. I don't think you need 20 different bronzers. You just got to find the ones that work for you. Color theory will also put you in a position where you can see a makeup look on someone and you will know if you have what you need to create it on yourself, and then also how to translate it onto yourself without needing to know exactly what the person used, or even, like I said, having to own that exact item to do so. You'll be able to look at someone's eyeshadow and be like, okay, I need a warm brown, a deep red, maybe a purple undertoned brown, some sort of copper. That's all I need. I have all that. I can bust that look out on myself. Not to mention, this is something I've seen a lot in the past couple years. I will post a video or a picture or something like that and link the product. There is a hair in my eye. What the F? I will murder you and your family. Have you seen the way I'm dressed? I will post a picture of a lipstick on myself. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, Kat Von D Lolita, because it's happened every single time. I would post a picture of myself with that lipstick and people would say, that doesn't look like that on me. I want to love this color, but it doesn't look like that on me. And that's because it looks the way it looks on me because I'm me and you're you. If you right now get out your Instagram account and look up Kat Von D Lolita lipstick, it looks different on almost every single person that wears it. So let's say, for the sake of argument, you're in the market for that lipstick because you saw me wear it and you like the way that it looks on me. But you might already have something that will give the same exact effect on you, or even better yet, you probably can mix something up that you already have that will give you the same effect as well, or something close enough to it. Or you might be able to find something cheaper. Like, once you understand color, products and brands won't seem so crucial to you to achieve whatever makeup look you're going for. It'll really just be a matter of working with what you got. So the number two thing is that most brands are manufactured in the same labs. Now, I understand that private labeling, especially in the years when Morphe was kind of coming up, was like a dirty word. But the thing is, that really wasn't news to me when I heard that, because I cut my teeth on like BH Cosmetics and Coastal Scents. But the thing is, it's not a new thing, and it's been going on for quite a while, and in more areas of production than you would think. It doesn't just apply to makeup. It's hair, it's skincare, it's the food products you're buying, it's the cleaning supplies you own. Every little company you know doesn't have like a headquarters with its own lab pumping out its own formula and its own things. It doesn't work that way. Understand that most of the brands that you support, like NYX or Becca or Urban Decay, probably have a parent company. So the big ones are like L'Oreal, Estee Lauder, and then kind of the new kid on the block that's doing really big stuff in makeup is Kendo, and they own like Marc Jacobs and Fenty and Kat Von D. So you have owners of brands, and then you have manufacturers of brands. I hear Kryolan, fun fact, is one of the biggest ones that makes a lot of stuff for a lot of people. Now the gig is, all of this stuff is buried under mountains of non-disclosure agreements. We'll never really know exactly who's doing what, who's got the same exact formulas kind of trickling through a bunch of different brands at all different price points. Some brands do have very proprietary formulas on some of their products, and some brands do have formulas that perform better than others. But that also doesn't mean everything else I just said isn't true. And I'm not telling you this to like lift the veil and then make you run screaming in the opposite direction of a Sephora. Like, I don't want the beauty industry to die. I'm not trying to get everyone to like turn on it. I won't have a gig if that happens, but I do think you have to be aware of these things. Be a smart consumer and like know really what you're paying for. I think that's crucial. But as I kind of said in the beginning of this video, I am concerned about how this is all affecting our financial health, especially when I see these younger 21, 22, 23-year-old girls who are literally flushing rent money down the toilet on makeup every month. That upsets me. Trust me, been there, done that, gets you nowhere. It all expires. You gotta throw it away. In the next week or so, I am actually going to do something that I am terrified to do. I am going to sit down and calculate exactly how much money I have spent on the makeup collection that I currently have. Not all the makeup I've ever spent, because like I said, half my collection's gone. I'm just gonna go off of what I have now versus how much I actually use. And let's crunch some numbers and see how scary it is, especially because a lot of the stuff that I bought is probably the exact same thing as other things I already own. Literally. If you don't believe me, I'm going to link an article down below. In this case, I believe that the company in question that this person was interviewing does skincare exclusively. But it's not just skincare, it's everything. The number 3 thing is that you do not have to contour everything. Consider this a blanket statement for many aspects of your beauty routine. You just don't have to do everything. And it's something that I genuinely feel is not said nearly enough. So let's just use contouring as an example. Contouring is meant to minimize something, or it can be meant to enhance something. And depending on how crazy you're willing to get with it, some people just restructure their entire face with it. But this just is not necessary for everyone's face. And it will all come down to personal preference. Mario Dedivanovic, who is probably like the Kevin Aucoin of our generation, I want to say it was a podcast I heard him doing with, I think it was on Fat Mascara, and they were talking about contouring because it's like what he's known for. And he said that every time he does his question and answer part of the gig, somebody will ask him very specific things about contouring, and he always says it's not about what you do contour as much as it is about what you don't contour. And I think that is like crucial. I never hear anybody talk about that. For everything that I say in this video, this will all come down to personal preference. I just think that my audience, I really believe if you're watching me, you're probably not into that super snatched and slayed look as it is. So I feel a little more comfortable like emphasizing this point to you. But as I said in the beginning, leave what you don't need and take what you want with everything that I say. Right now, I contour my jawline, but if I lose 10 more pounds, I'm not gonna do that anymore. I contour underneath my cheekbones, and I'll probably do that no matter what. And I contour the bridge of my nose a little bit. Some days I'll do it better than others, and today I feel like it looks pretty good. But that's all I'm gonna do. And I'm not gonna do it to excess because I don't need it. You know what I mean? You probably do not need it everywhere. Bronzer, dusting it all around the perimeter of your face, will essentially do the same thing. It's a lot easier, it looks a lot more natural, and it's a lot harder to screw up than contouring can be. These elaborate ideas that makeup needs to build you an entirely new face, I don't feel like it's a healthy message. Put it where you need it and leave it alone everywhere else. And I think it's okay to use a little bit of contouring to zhuzh up what you love and kind of maybe hide what you don't so much. In 2019, I am so much more excited about the unique qualities that we all have to our faces that make us who we are. And this kind of stamped on makeup look is just killing that. And I don't want that to be the case anymore. I'm just personally over it, but do what you want, like I said. Number 3, your makeup looks need to change with the occasion and the location. This is where YouTube and Instagram is flat out completely misleading sometimes, especially as it pertains to like what your actual makeup routine should be. Should. I hate that word, should. You're literally watching people do their makeup in and for an environment they created themselves. And it never changes. Like for example, my lighting situation, the color temperature my lights are at, the brightness that they're at, the camera setting that I record on, all of the things that go into this don't change week over week once I figure it out. But hear you me, this shit don't always look good away from these lights. It really doesn't. In fact, depending on what type of makeup look I do, there are many occasions where I will film and go wash my makeup off before I go out into the real world because I know it won't look good out there. The main exception being if I know I'm going out at night, or if I know that I'm going somewhere where the only thing I care about is how I look on film or in a picture, then yeah, I'll leave it alone. But in real life, not so much. And nobody knows this better than a professional makeup artist. That is why in the professional makeup artistry field, there are so many different facets to it. There is film and television, there's photography, there's runway, there's red carpet special event, there's bridal. They all call for a different type of makeup application, a different type of skill set, different types of products are used to achieve the ideal look for the event it's being done for. And I get that there is something to be said for people who love to be extra. I'm not trying to tell you you can't do whatever the hell you want to do. I see women, girls, teenagers, 20-somethings, 30-somethings at the mall at 2 p.m. on a Tuesday with full-blown camera-ready Instagram and YouTube makeup. Which if they feel beautiful in it, like totally fine, do what you want to do. But I just don't think it's doing for them what they think it's doing. I think it's okay to have a full face of makeup when you leave the house. Hell yeah, do that anytime you want. You just have to remember that if you're following along with a video, you're not walking around with studio lights all day. I know we all get really excited about the ability to bust out a million different looks, but ultimately a makeup look is more than just the eye, cheek, lip combo. It's the technique that you use to create it and how wearable it is during the day and the places that you're going to go. Does that make sense what I'm trying to say? Do what you want. Do what you want. Number 4, this is controversial. People finna get mad, and it's fine. You can get mad. But number 4, full coverage is not always necessary at all. Most people do not need it. It is not necessary. But rarely is not never. Do what you want, do what you want, do what you want, do what you want. But this full coverage thing is just simply getting out of hand. And I genuinely think it comes from this huge misconception that it's possible or even reasonable to expect to look as flawless as what you're seeing on social media. It's this weird insecurity that we're kind of developing now where we feel like we need to look in real life the way people look on social media. And if you need any proof that that's what's happening now, you just need to pay attention to words that companies are using to market products now. There are tons and tons of products in the market now that have the word filtered in the title of them. And friggin' Farsali, I didn't know this the other day, one of you guys commented this. Farsali has a product out now with the words Facetune in it. It's like a Facetune primer. I can't. There's this like huge disconnect, I think, nowadays. I hate when I say nowadays. I feel like you're old Aunt Fern, and I kind of look like her today with my "We're gonna play bingo Betsy" shirt. But there's a huge disconnect between like what is real and what is perfect. And if perfect even exists, if it's achievable, if it's necessary. I have so many thoughts on this. It is okay not to be perfect. We have fine lines and pores and we have some discoloration. Like, we're real living people with blood in our veins and poop in our butts. Did I just say that? And if you do take nothing else from my video today, please take that. Take that it's okay not to be perfect. It's okay. At the end of the day, I feel like full coverage is like the security blanket of makeup. It is okay to minimize or hide the things that you're not crazy about, but I don't think it's healthy or in our best interest to only be satisfied when all trace of actual human form has been removed from our faces. Like, that to me is not cool. The last thing on my list. Everything you own is multipurpose. Everything. This might not seem like the most groundbreaking bit of information that you'll hear today. You may be surprised to know just how many people do not know this. You might be surprised to know how rarely, if ever, it is mentioned in makeup content that I see, at least. You know what I mean? I can only go off personal experience. I just don't see a lot of people talking about it. There's not a lot of brands or people that are promoting the versatility of a product because ultimately that will affect the company's bottom line. It's harder to sell you 10 different things if you are aware that 2 of the things you have can do 10 things. Does that make sense? Your bronzer can be an eyeshadow. Your contour palette can be an eyeshadow palette. Concealer can be an eye primer. Typically, anything that can go on your eyes can go on your lips and vice versa. So eye pencils can go on the lips, lip pencils can go on the eye. Liquid lipstick can be a really cool cream eyeshadow. Eyeshadow can be a brow powder. Blush can be eyeshadow. Eyeshadow can be blush. Lipstick can be cream blush. Mix 2 shades of eyeshadow on your brush to get a different one instead of having to go buy a whole nother eyeshadow. Color theory. I mean, it just goes on and on and on. Once again, this is where pros have the game on lock. I've talked about this recently. Professional makeup artists can do a lot with very, very little. That is part of what makes it true artistry. And a lot of what kind of irritates pro makeup artists about the influencer cosmetic company circle jerk is that they feel like consumers are really being misled and kind of encouraged to spend money on products that they don't really need, aren't worth the dollar, or are doing techniques that aren't even actually flattering to them. And in that way, they're dispensing false information for profit. I don't mean everyone does this all the time. There are actual influencers out there and beauty gurus that I really trust their opinion, and I like to watch them and I enjoy them, and I think they do give really good information. We all know there's plenty of them out there doing the good work too. If you really want to get good at playing with makeup, like really good at it, you enjoy it, it's like a hobby, and you just want to have a myriad of product at all times to create any number of looks your beautiful little mind can dream up, you really might want to get your feet wet with pro products. There's a company called Mac Pro, not M-A-C, Mac, M-A-Q, Mac Pro. They sell these palettes, and I used to have them in my freelance kit, that are essentially just cream bases. They sell tons of different kinds of them. There's ones that kind of look like the Makeup Forever Flash palette. Essentially, you can take these cream palettes and mix up anything you could possibly need. You can use it to mix up cream shadows or contour colors or blushes or lip products or bronzers or concealer or color correctors. There's another brand ran by an incredible artist named Danessa Myrick. She makes these products. Pretty much everything that she makes, from what I can tell, are meant for pros, but they're so incredibly multi-purpose that you could buy a few of her things, learn how to use them, and just stretch that out and just really be able to create all the looks you want, but not have to go broke in the process, which is where I think the whole idea of the YouTube beauty community is starting to get on my damn nerves. Like, you do not need all this stuff to have fun with makeup. It doesn't have to be one or the other. Ugh. They don't get the attention in the public eye that a lot of other brands and products do because they are for pros, essentially. They're not spending a lot of their money on advertising or packaging or collaborations with influencers. Like, they're just putting out good stuff, and if you go out there and find them and try them out, I guarantee you will save so much money and still be able to play with makeup the way you want to. So that is my list of 5 things that YouTubers, beauty gurus, whatever, don't want you to know. I think everything that I'm presenting to you guys, I would like for you to look at as less of like a demand or like me shading anyone. Take it more as an opportunity or a challenge, if you will, to do a few things differently in your makeup routine from now on and see if anything changes for you. See if not leaning on full coverage so much ends up being something you appreciate. See if you can take what you already have and mix it together and get the job done. If you try anything that I mentioned and you absolutely hate it, don't ever watch me. No, I'm just kidding. Please come back. Please come back. Take what you need, leave what you don't. That's all I'm saying for this whole video. It's so simple. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure you are subscribed. If you are not, check the down bar for links to all my social media platforms. And I will see you in the next one, although I will probably still look like I got thrown into a garbage disposal. So be nice. Bye.